Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Failed to Nail It podcast, hosted by your one and only Terrence the Titan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Failed It or Nailed It podcast. I had to make one sooner than later because I missed you guys. I have been lacking. I haven't been posting, but only because I'm getting things ready for the background. Oh man, I'm so excited. For real. So, this is what I want to talk about. So, I'm a huge fan of open world games. Literally, open world games and wrestling. They're only two games I play. So, we're going to be talking about Far Cry 5. We're not going to talk about 6 yet, but we're going to talk about 5. So, this is why I chose to talk about 5. Because before I make these podcasts, just to make sure I'm remembering things right, I go back and I play the games. Then I come on here and I talk about it. So, Far Cry 5. The story. Let's break this up into 3 categories. We're going to go gameplay, story, scenery. So, let's talk about the gameplay. Now, first, let's talk about the story. So, the story is about a group of people. I'm just going to go ahead and narrow it down for you. The story is about a group of people that think they're kind of like God, or they're sent by God. They destroy this city and make it into their likeness. One of the guys have a statue. One of them have people they call angels, which are zombies. The story is top notch. You play a sheriff trying to go in the city and arrest a man that's playing as God because they have killed people, murdered them, kidnapped them. So it's time to arrest their ass, right? So you go and you get caught. They kill a lot of your teammates. They kidnap people. Now you gotta start fresh in a whole new place that you're not normal to have to take down cults, take down different environments, different bases. Now, the story. The story gets a 10 out of 10 from me. If you're looking at the story alone, it's impeccable. I ain't gonna say it's the perfect story, because there could have been more done to it. But just off how the intro starts, bro. Just how the intro starts, flying in on a helicopter, going through the city. It's just cool. It's just badass. Just going in like that. So the story, I give it 10 out of 10. Let's talk about gameplay. You know, Far Cry 5 was my first person gameplay that I ever played. I never was into first person games. I was only into third person open world games. So, in the past, I took it easy on Far Cry because it was the first open world first person game I've ever played. But nah, bro, I hate the gameplay. Reloading, trash. You get shot, your teammate could help you, but you get shot in the air, and then you fall down, and then you die, and your teammates can't help you. Then there's really no checkpoints, so you start from the beginning of every mission. I hate it. The kidnap missions, repetitive. The base missions, where you're going from base to base, repetitive. So, if we're talking about gameplay, I made it sound bad, but I would want you to go back and check this game out. If you look past some of the errors, like when you get shot, sometimes you fly in the air and then you crash. Or, the cars blow up for no reason. Just a lot of stupid stuff, repetitive missions. But the story is really great. So, go play it. So, gameplay, I give it a 5 out of 10. Not too bad, but not too bad at the same time. Now, number 3, the scenery. The scenery. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Failed to Another podcast, hosted by the one and only, also known as also known as the best, also known as the most handsome TikToker, also known as the most handsome YouTuber, also known as the best around. All jokes aside, the one and only, Terrence the Titan. Back to the Failed It or Nailed It podcast. So listen, we're on the 3rd one. Let's talk about the scenery. The scenery is beautiful. It's vibrant. The way your character reacts to climbing mountains, to walking up. The scenery is a real country view. It's a real country city. So there's barely any buildings, barely any things like that. It's a very country view. It's very repetitive. Let me give you an example. Imagine trees and grass around. And like for every 2 to 3 miles, there might be a small little city with like 3 buildings and 1 garage. And then like 5 miles, and then 1 building or 2 buildings, then another base. It's like the places where there are buildings, and like you would never see multiple buildings together with a lot of people. You'd never see that. It's so country that way, unless you see your whole crew at your base, or you might see the cult at their base. But far as in regular people, which they are in that game, you won't see around. Like, all you're gonna see while driving is your cult and your crew. That's it, with the country all around, everywhere. So, environment, even though I love how it looks, I'm gonna also have to give it a 5. So, let's add it all up. We have the story, they got a 10. We got the gameplay, they got a 5. We got the environment, that's a 5. Add that up to 20. I think a 20 ain't bad for a game like that. Even though there's a lot of things that I don't like about the game, I'm the type of person that try to look at the good as well. Also, I really want to get back to using my comments and stuff like that. So if there's a game you want me to play, tell me. I'll go play it, and then I'll come back to you and give you my review. And also, we're going to start adding numbers to it. So if a game gets a 20 or higher, that is a nailed it. If a game gets a 20 or lower, that's a failed it. So Far Cry 5, out of all the good, the bad, and ugly, it's a nailed it. Love y'all. It's your boy Terrence Titan. You know what? That video I posted earlier about Failed to Another podcast going on Wednesday, and Monday motivation and all that type of stuff, stick to that guide. But guess what? When I want to treat you guys and spoil you guys and just have a talk with you guys, Failed to Another podcast. I love y'all, and I think I may post tomorrow. I miss y'all, for real. Leave some likes, shares on both videos. This is part 2. Go watch the first one. You like the intro? I know you like the intro. I know for a fact you like the intro. Love y'all. Peace.